Hey, welcome to another episode of Atkins Diet in the Kitchen. My name is Kent Altima, and this week we're going to be making Jicama chips. You might be wondering, what the heck is a Jicama? Well, right here it is. It's also called a Mexican potato, and you'll find it in the grocery store, typically by the potatoes or yams or sweet potato section of the aisle. You might find it with a hard waxy substance on it like these are, or you might find it without that waxy substance. I prefer purchasing it without the wax on it because it makes it a whole lot easier to cook them, but if you find it with the wax substance, we can deal with that as well. One thing you'll notice in difference to like a real potato is that unlike a real potato in which the skin is very thin, the skin on a Jicama is pretty thick, and you end up having to do your due diligence to really get it off before you can in fact use it. There is no eating a Jicama with the skin on. So in order to get the wax off, we're going to boil each of these for approximately 15 minutes, and then we'll catch back up at that point. See you then. Alright, so the Jicama has been cooking for approximately about 15 minutes in the boiling water. I'm going to pull it out. At this point, you could rinse it off and get any of the residual wax off in it. I'm going to take this one that I've had cooling out because it's easier to hold. Take your vegetable peeler and start peeling off the outside layer of the skin. Unlike a potato, in which it might just start falling apart at this point, you could also, I'll have a helpful hint, you could also grab it with a clean washcloth. As I was saying though, unlike a potato in which it might be falling apart, because this is such a fibrous tuber, it holds its shape pretty well even after being boiled. So as you can see, you just basically want to remove all the skin from the center pieces. You can leave some of the skin around the poles because honestly you're not going to be using that. At this point, if you had a mandolin in which it could slice it really thin, that would work very well. Although I just have a vegetable peeler, and I'll show you how well it will work with that. Just basically take the vegetable peeler and keep going over the same area that you had just peeled free of the skin, and make these very thin slices of Jicama. I have my oil heating up over there at 375 degrees. Alright, you can see that I got a full plate of what sort of looks like scalloped potatoes on from the Jicama. I only shaved or skinned one of them. So after you cook, what they kind of remind me of is the potatoes on top of a scalloped potato casserole, in which they're not quite crispy or crunchy like, say, a potato chip would be, but they're kind of similar to what onion straws or, like I said, the scalloped potatoes might be on the top of a baked casserole dish. So come along with me and we'll cook it up in the fryer. So like I said, my oil is at 375 degrees. Alright, so we're going to let it cook in here until they basically get browned on top as well as on bottom. You'll start to see spots coming through. It'll be a really gradual occurrence. It won't happen overnight, and it'll probably take maybe 3 to 5 minutes. We'll catch back up at that point and I'll show you the finished product. Alright, so come over here and take a look at how it looks. You can kind of see that it's getting brown. This is at the point in which you want to take it out. You might think it's getting burnt, but it's really not. You can see how much those chips have reduced down in size. I'm going to put them on my paper towel, and I'll start the next batch up. If you're doing this on the stovetop, I'd be shallow frying them in a frying pan with about a ½ inch of oil in it. Alright, so let's finish these up at this point. Take a little salt, little garlic powder, and a little onion powder. Give it a shake. And then you can have some. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.